What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Espresso, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. In this one, we're going to be talking about something that I've been tweeted the past couple of days to weeks to give my opinions on what I think of this idea, how it would work, how it could happen, and things like that. And so I figured with the frequency that I've been asked to describe this a little bit, let's just turn it into a video, discuss it on a larger and broader platform, and really just give my feedback on the idea of a Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Now, I know I've touched on remasters quite a few times here on the channel the past couple of months maybe, but I don't believe that we've touched specifically on Modern Warfare 2 just yet. But I'm gonna try, even if we did mention the likeliness, to try and give a little bit more specific details as to this entire idea as a whole, rather than just mentioning it as a broad perspective. But jumping into it, Modern Warfare 2 was a fan favorite, and it's considered to many to be their favorite Call of Duty. Call of Duty 4 is of course in the same boat there, where a lot of people really grew up with that game, and Modern Warfare 2 being the direct extension of that is still once again very similar in feeling. All in all, I think that no doubt you could classify this as a fan favorite Call of Duty, and one that will definitely stand up to the test of time. As the Call of Duty legacy progresses, that of course is going to be one that will definitely stick out to people even 5-10 years down the line. If Call of Duty is no longer a thing in 5-10 years, well then, so be it. But if it is still something that is there, and even if not, Modern Warfare 2 will be one of those shining beacons of light that players always gravitate towards. So being that it's a fan favorite, everyone has really wanted Modern Warfare 2 Remastered for quite some time. I remember it being a serious suggestion around, say, the Black Ops 2 to Ghosts era, but now more than ever I see it happening with fans that want a remaster of it because, well, it's already happened kind of with Modern Warfare. The idea of a remaster seemed pretty much out of reach for the longest time because everybody wanted a Modern Warfare remaster. They always wanted something that was a complete revamp graphically for a new generation of consoles of a classic Call of Duty, and having it not happen for a couple of years, maybe some people lost some hope. But then Modern Warfare Remastered came along and basically shattered that mold that we had where remasters are kind of off the table. Instead, now we have the possibility of what game can we remaster next. And also, I think what is interesting to note here with this, and kind of proves furthermore that Modern Warfare 2 is the next up on the table, is the fact that this series, the Modern Warfare series that is not touched at all by backwards compatibility on Xbox One, which potentially could hint that there might be some sort of interest in it further, pursuing it at a later time or a later date. Otherwise, as with COD 2, 3, World at War, and Black Ops, we'd get something for absolutely free on Xbox, or rather, whatever it would cost you to go out and get a used copy of that game and insert it into your Xbox One. The possible reasoning for it not being on the list of backwards compatible titles is because it takes away from sales. Because in all honesty, why buy a remastered version of a game for another, say, maybe 20-30 bucks like it was with Modern Warfare Remastered, or even a standalone game for 60 when you can play it for free on a different console, or just pay that like $5 to $10 to $15 for a used copy, or even brand new because it's such an old title at that point, depending on where you go. It really just would not make sense in a marketing perspective and in a perspective of a company trying to make revenue on the base of Activision. It just would not make sense to include it in backwards compatibility. So at this point in time, I still do believe that that is a major reasoning and a major pointer towards maybe this actually happening in the near future. Now, the near future might be a little bit of a broad perspective and a broad statement here for this. So when do I think this will happen if it is the near future? And when you take a look at it, in all actuality, it's not necessarily the near future, but as for Call of Duty games and how they go, it is still rather near. My thinking is that it's going to be released in 2019, and perhaps alongside the next Infinity Ward title, and for a couple of different reasons. Firstly being that it needs to be a strong year in sales. Once again, as I mentioned this, and I know I did in the last remastered video, I love all the dudes over at Infinity Ward. I got to meet them, I had an absolute pleasure meeting them and talking with them. They're all genuinely great human beings and great people. However, the last two titles definitely were not the best received in terms of community feedback, fan reception, and sales overall. So it's no surprise that this next title by them will definitely need to be a major knockout, a home run if you will, and something that can definitely help with make that a hit with the community. It's once again by introducing another remaster, something that the fans will definitely love, like Modern Warfare Remastered. Whether or not some people think that is to stop the bleeding or whatever it was from Infinite Warfare, that's completely up to speculation. There's no real official confirmation on that, and probably never will be. So with that said, to solidify something in their next title, a Modern Warfare 2 Remastered could actually be perfect. and possibly you could have 2 knockout games that year. You have whatever their next title in 2019 is, plus Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, and wow, you got an absolutely killer year for Call of Duty. Now, of course, you could say the same thing about the next 2 years being Sledgehammer and Treyarch, but with the current hype around the notion, even just that it's boots on the ground, a lot of people are loving that idea, and a lot of people are really hopeful for what Sledgehammer has next in their pocket. So with that said, it's not necessarily currently needed because the boots on the ground hopefully and should ideally revitalize and recover sales, hype, and love for Call of Duty. So potentially the only placing that this might need be in a business standpoint is in 2019. And I mean that with no disrespect to my friends at Infinity Ward. Once again, I absolutely love them. I personally don't mind Infinite Warfare. I know a lot of people aren't fond of it, but it is something that just makes the most logical sense. And additionally then, it comes down to a development standpoint. More than likely, Raven will be tackling this job unless they're brought up to some major project again. Furthermore, after this is completed, but Raven did an absolutely fantastic job with Modern Warfare Remastered. Yes, there are the people that will still complain about it, but all in all, it is a fantastic version of Modern Warfare in a remastered entirety. So Raven will have a lot of time to work on the project after their full completion of this year's title with Modern Warfare Remastered. Now, it took them a year and a half to complete Modern Warfare Remastered, so from November of 2017, once the game is finished on its year of support, a year and a half would take us to the summer of 2019 for it to be completed. A little bit of an extra time also could be added into that as well, into the development process, which potentially could make it even better, who knows. But it's something that if you want to take a look at it and even what is possible, unless something like High Moon Studios, Beanox, or somebody on their own is contracted to make a Modern Warfare 2 for an earlier date, this would probably be the earliest that it could be completed anyway. So for me, I definitely think that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered will happen, and I think that the earliest we'll get it is 2019 with the next Infinity Ward title coupled alongside with that. But all in all, I would love to hear your thoughts here on this. That's where I'm gonna wrap it up. Just want to bring you guys my thoughts, my feedback. Once again, I've been tweeted about this quite a bit in the past couple of weeks, and I was actually really blown away by how much I've actually been mentioned to answer this over on Twitter. And so I figured, you know what, once again, let's just make this into a full-blown discussion for everybody to see my thoughts. I'd be completely cool with that, with sharing my ideas and thoughts with you guys. So that said, that's gonna wrap it up. I'd love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, do you think it's gonna happen or not? And if so, when do you think it will happen here in the near future? Love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. But if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe and stay up to date with everything Modern Warfare Remastered, COD 2017, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3. We got you covered here up on the channel. If you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, I know I mentioned Twitter quite a few times in this episode, mostly because this was based off my Twitter interactions with you guys. If you guys want to follow me over there, that's the best place to get connected with me here outside of YouTube. Practically live on Twitter, so if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below if you guys want to toss a follow. And finally, if you guys want to check out either of the 2 videos on screen right now, one will take you to a little bit of an update discussion in Infinite Warfare, and one will take you to a little bit of a debunking of some images of some supposed DLC 5 images in Black Ops 3. That we took that and broke it down and pretty much disregarded the idea. But if either of those interest you guys, check them out on screen right now, click the annotations, and as for that, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Nikolai Espresso. Take care and peace.